Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hi. How you doing? My name's Terry, and thank you so much for being here. This is morning meditation. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Um, Barbara, good morning, lovely. Hey, Juno. Yeah, man. Talk about a big one, right? Yeah. Those tectonic plates are quite active right now. Usually when we go inside the earth and we give them really gentle energy with the most benevolent outcome, right? But I do feel like they're going to be really active. Um, so anyway, yeah. Let's see. We're going to put that in there too. Thailand and Myanmar. I've heard Myanmar is incredible. To visit. Sometimes we hear about countries and we think, oh, because of the media, that there's all sorts of horrible things going on there. And there might be some horrible things going on there. But the people there are amazing, is what I understand. Lima Charlie. I read you Lima Charlie. Okay, Sally. Hey, Deanne. Good morning, sunshine. How are you? Bright and early. Myanmar used to be Burma. Yeah. Yeah. I met a fella. Actually, it was in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And he was German. Really interesting guy. Anyway, traveled all over the world on his own and, as the Germans do. And so he said that all the places in the world, he thought Myanmar was probably his favorite. And at the time, Myanmar was just so much bad press. Anyway, I'm going to go up to the top and acknowledge everybody coming in. And if anybody wants to be on the healing list, once again, it is not on my desk front and center right now. So we're just going to start a new one and not sweat it. 7.7, right? Yeah. Good morning, Sally and Paul. Hi, Paul. How is Aunt Betsy? Wasn't something going on yesterday with you and Aunt Betsy? I can't remember what. It seems like you guys were doing something. Oh, yeah. Paul, the fires. How could I forget that? That's what we were looking at yesterday. I hope everything's safe for you. I'm sure it is, or you'd say something, but let us know that everybody's good there. I haven't been watching the news, I gotta say. But I should be watching that because it pertains to Paul and Aunt Betsy. So, yeah. Hey, Denise. Good morning, lovely. How are you doing? Putting you in the healing list. And also Barbara Berkman. Barbara, the other Barbara, if you want to be in, let me know. And Juno's already in. So good to see everybody today. I was up a little late last night. I went to, it was my last class with Kim for this empath group. And, she does a great job on those classes. If anybody's interested, she's got some more coming up, but she really does a nice job. And, if you can't afford it, just email her and let her know. But it was great. Really nice. Sometimes we don't realize everything that's going on in our lives and how it affects us a little bit more than other people. So, Paul, Terry, I will tell the Brady's you and all said hello. Okay, that's right. You're going to go see Masha. What are you going to see? The Brady family? I can't remember. You're going to go see, was it on Broadway? I can't remember. Gosh. Okay. It doesn't take much and I don't forget. I forget everything. Hey, Leah. Good morning. Yeah. I'm on my second cup of coffee. I just started it though. So there's power in the caffeine. Oh my God, you guys, I went to a yoga class last night and I was pretty sore yesterday afternoon. I was like, oh, I don't think I can go. I was going to go with my daughter. And she's like, oh, come on, Mom, you'll be fine. And if not, you know what you're doing. You can just do different things. So I went and it was like the perfect class. It was all legs up the wall and then different variations of that. So you're laying on the floor and your bum is smack up against the wall and your legs are just up there and it's so good for your lymphatic system. It felt so nice and I felt so great about myself afterwards. And all I did was just sit there with my legs up the wall in different positions. So, oh, Sally says, gotcha. I think you said travel was imminent to see something fun. Yeah. Oh, right? Juno, everybody was always asking about you. Where is Juno? I hope she's doing okay. Yeah, you were still on the prayer list, young lady, all through that time. Alice, good morning, beautiful. Hello, sunshine. Hey, Rush. I was listening to Next Level Soul too. I just come on here and chatter with you guys. So thanks, because I assume somebody might be listening, as opposed to my kids. So, and some of my family. No, they do. They're pretty good. They smile and kind of, okay, we've heard this 10 times. But yeah, anyway, interesting. So, your roommate's dog was barking all night long, so I didn't get much sleep. Yeah, there were some weird things going on at night. Hi, Lisa. There she is. Lisa was in the empath's class. It was really good, wasn't it, Lisa? It was really nice. She talked about protection and the different types of empaths that we are and how we can help ourselves to be present and watch things that are happening, but not get too upset by them. You know, not make it change your life in a way that just because of worry. Because worry is always about something in the future or something in the past. It's never about what's happening right now. Not usually, anyway. Sally, I just have to report after years of excruciating pain in both spine and shoulders and skin that tears and bleeds. Yesterday, I was welding Thor's hammer with 0 pain and 0 skin tears. Man, power to the people, Sally. I am so happy to hear that. Well, we're going to keep you in the healing group for continued success, regardless, just because we like you. Leah, let's see. Denise, thank you. Yesterday felt like a real life nightmare. Family drama at the worst time, extreme miscommunications, unreal, but today is new. Oh, Leah, honey, I'm sorry. Yeah. What was that show? Dr. Phil. I know when my husband was dying, and there were some times at the hospital that we were in the waiting room, and he's getting brain surgery. People are going nuts, and I'm like, really? And it wasn't just Dr. Phil. There used to be a bunch of shows on TV that we would watch people go nuts on, right? It was kind of a thing. Isn't that weird that we would have done that? It's bizarre. And they were really popular. Carolina, good morning, lovely. Hi, Fatima. There was another show that was like that. What was that? That had all the crazy stuff going on. And yeah. Right. Sally has found her path to healing. Fabulous. Yeah. Yeah, Sally, let us know what's going on with that. I know Sally just got back from being with in the desert. Well, she's always in the desert. Not always, but she lives in the desert. And then she was also in Sedona with our good friend. Okay, I'm out there today. Sorry, guys. Tell me who our good friend is. I just had her up because her people sent me something this morning who I love. There she is, Awakening Prana with Annie Bond. So didn't take me more than 5 minutes to get my brain back. So that's good. Yeah, anyway, okay, I was going to go with dreams last night, and I've kind of been feeling this. We've been talking about NDEs and out-of-body experiences and people leaving in groups, right? And then last night we brought up in the empath group walk-ins and talking about that. And Spirit always showed me, like when I was little, how you jump out of your body to jump up, because I'm a jumper. I like to jump in between dimensions. And so you go down and then spring up. I mean, that sounds weird. I know that I would bring this up. Kind of bizarre, but we were talking about people that are passing, because there's a lot of transitions going on in the group right now. A lot of people are leaving, but how it feels. They were showing me how it feels to leave your body. And it's just a beautiful thing. It's like you kind of sink in and then you kind of jump up, and there's people all around you. Anyway, it's and they were showing me that there were groups of us that were doing it, and we weren't dying. We were just doing it and jumping dimensions. So this is an interesting thing. We will not do this in meditation today. Don't worry. Brenda T, good morning, lovely. How are you? We were supposed to be on together with Allie, and Allie wasn't feeling well, so we were rescheduling. And I haven't heard from Allie yet what the date is. But I can't wait to do that with you, Brenda. Hey, Patricia. Another day helping my neighbor run errands today. Oh, Patricia. So sweet of you. Denise. Yep, I've got you in the healing group. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Paul. Leah. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Death and grieving. It brings out a lot of fear. Excuse me. And the other thing is, if you're dealing with family members, a lot of times we revert back to the same things that we did when we were little kids, right? Like we know how to push our siblings' buttons more than anybody else on the planet, probably. Maybe than our kids. So, but our siblings often revert back to those old childhood roles, right? And it's interesting, because to change your role in the family is a huge thing. It takes a little work, but it sure is healing. Okay, Leah, it really makes me aware of how different I've always felt as the last of 8 kids I raised myself. Yeah. Leah, I was always amazed watching. There's a lot of big Catholic families that we hung with, because we went to Catholic schools, and my kids went to Catholic schools. The neighborhood that we live in, now they've got really good public schools, but at the time they didn't. So anyway, and there were a lot of big Catholic families. And the neighborhood that we used to live in was kind of like, it had big houses, and they had traditionally been like huge Catholic families that lived there, and Jewish families and whatnot too. But our street was like the road for Jewish people and Catholics, which was funny because I'm both. And so there was, other areas of town, you couldn't live there if you were Jewish or Catholic. I mean, this is right. These are the houses that were built in the 30s and the 20s, and they had these stupid laws up. Anyway, okay. I'm dilly-daddling around with my brain today. Yeah, praying for those affected by the earthquake, buildings collapse and people missing. Juno, yeah. It looked really horrible. I'm doing good. How you doing, Sally? Okay. Oh, Paul. Okay, yeah. Make sure you're keeping track of everything going on around you. Paul's out there in the Carolinas by the fires. I read you Lima Charlie. Okay. That's where I came in. All right. There's Fatima. Blessings, beautiful. Warrior Girl. Hey, lady. How are you? Warrior Girl told me I needed to slow down the chat, and I don't know if I know how to here. I might let me know if I still do, Warrior Girl. and I can slow it down. I think I just have to go to the, YouTube. White Dragon, funny, when I try to highlight your name, it doesn't acknowledge. Thank you. Message from Gaia, very powerful. I heard something similar. I'm inviting all to come along with me. Oh, Patricia, let me know. Jen, please put Monica on the list, as the doctor came in and told her that in the family 2 weeks or less. They took her off all meds. Oh, Jen, I'm so sorry, honey. Are we still? I don't have yesterday's list, but I know we also had her daughters on there that I think are your good friends. So let me know. I'm going to put Monica in family. So this might be part of why they showed me that dream last night. Yeah. So, yeah, sending lots of prayers, Jen B. There's artists and oracles. Good morning, lovely. Good morning, all. Multitasking while connecting with y'all because the sun is shining here. How are you doing? Good to see you. Right? Yeah. Yeah, King Charles has been hospitalized. We sure can. I think that's so sweet of you. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what the monarchy looks like by the year's end. And I kind of feel like he'll probably step down before he passes, before he transitions, and let his son take over. I really hope Harry comes back. I've always felt like he would, but they continue to amaze me that they're not. Good morning, beautiful Annie Bear. You're resting your arm. Is your arm still hurting? Are you going to go see the doctor, Annie, or do you think it's just that you need to rest? And don't forget, ibuprofen is good for that. I mean, I entertainment only here, but I remember I had a friend that was a nurse, or is a nurse, and she said that two of the biggest miracles of the last century were penicillin and ibuprofen. That they were just two things that were amazing. And sometimes I know we think we're not going to take anything because either we're going to be strong or we're going to be all natural, but there are some good things that have been made. Kelly Bach, hello, lovely. We got you in the healing group too, just because you're you and we like your smile. People coming in. I just want to say hi. There's the other Barbara. Good morning, lovely. How are you? And hey, Lauren. How are you feeling, dear? Lots of love to you and yours. Interesting question, Deanne. Is it best to meditate on a full or empty stomach? I think either way. And I'll just tell you from my experience, if I meditate on a full stomach, I get sleepy. I know one of my teachers, Roger Gabriel, I've told you guys about him. He's a Vedic scholar and a mantra specialist. He's been with Deepak. He was with Maharaja. I think that was his name, the one that started Transcendental. And that's where he met Deepak. And he was the one that was hanging out with like the Beatles and the Stones and everybody that were coming in to learn TA and then helped Deepak start the Chopra Institute. But he has a famous story about taking a big group of people to India. And it was a spiritual journey everybody was on. And he's in front of hundreds of people, on this big trip. And he has mango ice cream before the meditation. And he falls asleep wakes up and he's like, "Oh." He said he didn't know if he'd had people up there, meditating for an hour or for 10 minutes. Anyway, good morning, Terry and lovely people. Much love and coffee. Hey, beautiful Julie. How are you? Oh, Alice, we got you, honey. Yeah. Deanne was there last night in Auras and Oracles. We had interesting night. Tweaked your lower back. Yeah. I'm going to put me in there today, too. I never do that. I never think about that. My ankle's really bothering me. I don't know if the barometric pressure is going nuts or what, but I was walking a lot yesterday, too. And then I had my legs up, up the wall. Let's see. Hey, Sue Toffee, how are you doing? Hello, beautiful. Bright and sunshiny with all your emojis. I love that. Yeah, happy Friday, right? This is it. So tomorrow, we changed Dr. Gill's show, the Galactic Show, that I know a lot of you guys come over for that. And that will be next Saturday instead of this Saturday. I have a funeral that I'm going to for my sister's ex and the father of her children. So we're going to go to that, and they changed the time. So, which, you know what, when you're going through a transition like that, and just be fluid, right? Yeah. Oh, Patricia says, prayer circle friend Donna had the dream she wasn't looking well, yet still moving along, especially in the dream when she said, I'm going to visit my mother who is in spirit. Recently fell and broke the hip. Wow. Well, we'll put her in there. Donna, broken hip. Yeah. There's a lot of us going through stuff like that. And, I was listening to Next Level Soul just for about a few minutes, because I'm doing that one in pieces because it's a long one and I really want to pay attention to it. But anyway, he's on with his teacher, this woman. She's a channeler and a medium and a psychic, and she helps him. She's helped him throughout the years. I think she's been with him for 27 years, helping him on his journey. And she says that her guides came in years ago and said, you've got to change what's going on, because it used to be 80% of us were spiritual and 20% were not. And now it's gone the opposite way. And I think that was probably 20 years ago or 30 years ago that she had that dream. But I think we're going back the other way. And, a lot of teachers have said that for a long time, that we need to reverse that. And it's like, but it is, more people are coming online. These kids that are coming in, man. A chi machine is great for lymph massage. Yeah. I've got a couple of things. In fact, one of them's right over there that I got for Christmas. I need to get that out and massage it. Yeah. And I also have this little thing, and I put some, it looks like an animal. Anyway, and you put some oil on your hand or wherever it is that you need it, and it kind of gets in there and works out some of the fascia. Sounds like a song. Warrior Girl, I used to do sit-ups like that back in the day. Woo. Okay, I'm listening, Warrior Girl. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it, Lisa? It was really good. Jacqueline. Eclipse energy here already. Couldn't hold my tongue. This lady cut me off mid-sentence one too many times. Yeah. Yeah, we really have to watch. I went to Aldi's last night too, and I was at the Aldi's, and I was talking to my lady, did I already tell you guys this? I feel like I did. Anyway, she said, I said, how's it going today? And she said, it's really different. I mean, she could feel the energy. And I said, I'm an intuitive and I have a YouTube channel and we're all talking about the energy in the next few days. And I said, it's going to be pretty thick. So, and if you're an empath, you kind of get that wave before everybody else usually too. So just be real gentle and take really good care of yourselves this weekend. Off to work. Have a great day, Paul. Lots of love. Good morning, CJ. How are you with your lovely cats? Still haven't seen my cat yet this morning. Loving the blue you're wearing, Terry. Holding space, Archangel Michael color. Very Arcturian. Yeah, some days I have to put on my blue. Oh, Sally, your niece needs the empath class. Yeah, I think everybody needs the empath class. I think that should be taken in schools, right? How to help yourself when you're sensitive, because we're all sensitive in different ways. And sometimes, Earth knocks the sensitivity out of us, or not Earth, not Gaia, but the constructs here try to knock it out. We just get hurt more. Okay, Jacqueline, she did not like someone pointing out that was rude. She hung up real quick. Yep. Yeah, you'll see people turning away from us now because they don't want to be around love or something. Oh, Patricia, not great sleep from Bow Wow barking. Yeah. Yeah, we've got our hammock up in the backyard, and the hammock was jiggling last night. It was pretty windy here, so I kept hearing that. I got to remember to take it down. Thank you, Juno. Jerry Springer. That was the guy. Yeah, can you believe we used to watch that? That was like one of the top shows on TV. Is that the weirdest thing ever? Deb, good morning, lovely. Good to see you. Oh, you got coyotes, Patricia. Lucky. Oh, this is brilliant. Yeah, this is like the t-shirt today, Juno. Often the path to healing is not a straight line, so allow for fluctuations. Yeah. Often the path to life, right? It's not a straight line. Annie Bear, you make all these tips into shorts for your own channel too, Juno. That would be so appropriate. Yeah. Yeah. Juno's amazing healer. Right? Riff Raff Ray, how you doing? Good morning. Happy to be here. Miss you guys when I don't get to even lurk. Oh, Riff Raff, we're glad you're here. Oh, Sue, you were watching a Hallmark movie on YouTube and it flicked to Terry. I was like, huh? Oh my gosh, I love that. Sue, thank you for letting me know. That is so good to hear. I love Hallmark. They're from Kansas City, the Halls. And I've got a lot of friends that are artists because they really promoted the artists. They called them the golden handcuffs working for Hallmark because, you're painting and drawing and whatnot and working with things that are going to be sold. So they're more homogenous than probably a lot of the artists would have liked to have done. But beautiful, beautiful group of artists here in KC. The Halls have done a lot. They've contributed a lot to the city too. Oh, you graduate from level 1 Awakening Prana Healer School. Level 2 starts in May. I think level 1 starts in May too, doesn't it, Sal? I'm seriously considering it. Yeah, this is Annie Bond. And if you guys haven't seen the show, she was on the show and I got it. I put it out this week, and Annie Bond show is phenomenal. Oh, speaking of NDEs, you just celebrated your 2nd birthday the other day, Warrior Girl. Yeah. Yeah, and okay, so we were talking about the walk-ins last night, and sometimes walk-ins, like, it can be like, when I first heard about walk-ins, I was like, "Well, I don't want somebody walking into somebody that I love's body and, not being the same," but sometimes it's just a different version of ourselves coming in, like our future selves in a different dimension or our higher selves, which that's probably the same thing, right? More connected to the higher self. And sometimes it is a different consciousness coming in, but it's interesting. It's always done with love. And look at you now, warrior girl. Oh, your 17-year-old started dreaming like you. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. Such an appropriate forum for your tips, Juno. Juno, I think that would be solid gold. Solid gold. Oh my gosh. Jacqueline, your dad left January 24th, 25. He deserved peace. Yeah. Lots of people leaving. Yeah. I'm so glad that you're helping out with life. That was pretty bizarre, Sue. One minute you're watching Hallmark and then Terry is on. So weird. Which show, Sue, do you remember which show it was? I wonder if it was Annie. It doesn't matter which show it is, but that's really quite interesting. Yeah, it's really important to guide our people, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I have that feeling of flying out. I don't like the bump of return. Right, Sally? Yeah. Yeah, when you have to kind of crash land because your body's waking up and you're like, you gotta be there. Gotta be there, be square. Um, oh, Riff Raff Ray, healing your feet. They are trying to keep up with my brain and feel as though they are training for a marathon. They're trying to keep up. I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's what my ankle's going through too. Riff Raff Ray. Yeah. Well, sometimes, do you guys ever feel like as intuitives that the words don't come out like you know what you're saying, but the words don't come out as explicit as we'd like them because we're visualizing it and sending it to someone. And sometimes I find myself doing that, and I don't watch my shows back usually, but every once in a while I'll have to because I'll have to, you know, um, edit it, or I want to do a short from it or something, and I'll watch. I'm like, wow, where did you get that? I don't remember ever having that thought during that show. It's like it just comes out. And then other times you're trying to get this experience out or this vocabulary out, and you're like, well, you didn't say what you were thinking at all, like you didn't your body didn't keep up with your mind or your consciousness. So it's interesting how that happens sometimes. Diana, good morning, lovely. Can't stay, but hearty is aligned with all of you each and every day. Your heart. I love that. Thank you, beautiful Diana. Diana's a busy, busy girl. She's got a lot going on this week. I just had an interesting dream about EM. Oh, he tried to bribe me with massive amounts of money, but I refused to accept it, which messed up his entire scheme. Yeah, I think he's going to be doing there. Cycle breaker. Yep. It's huge, breaking the cycle, isn't it? Oh, Deb, they just removed the barricades on your street. It's been closed since November, replacing water lines. I was kind of thinking about that yesterday. We've had a lot of water trucks all around the city. Like they moved through, it looked like something weird. Like I could totally go conspiracy theorist on this one. That it was just odd that there were all these huge trucks all of a sudden all throughout the city, and then they all moved on. Like, it was a big deal, something going on with the water lines. Really interesting. Not starting anything here, people. I'm not getting a hit on it. It's just watching it. Grand Rising Terry. Hi, Millie. Late for shower, listening and back. Love you all. Oh, love you too, Millie. Yeah. Love, not fear. 100%. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get down here. Patricia says she had a chat with her internet company, recommend getting Starlink due to not the best internet service. I said, no way. He does not stand for the people. Yeah. There are some parts of the country, Patricia, we are so lucky that we can decide that. Oh, honey. Yeah. Pain body for today. Prayers, please. Thank you for weeding out foods again, Liz. Yeah. Gotcha, kid. Yeah. It is, Jacqueline, yeah, just a snack is pretty good. I find that I can easily do it on an empty stomach, and sometimes my stomach will start really growling. So if I'm in a group situation at a retreat or something, or going to my yoga studio and leading a meditation, I'll eat a little something because my stomach gets really loud. Jacqueline, if Oprah married Deepak, she'd be Oprah Chopra. I'm going to remember that. I like that. Last year, I had a cyclic channeling Diana say her sons would heal their relationship. Would it happen because their children wanted to know one another and be friends? Oh, I love that. Yeah. Oh, Leslie, good morning. Illumination Portal, hello, beautiful Val. Lots of action going on up there right now, right, Val? Yeah, I know you and Diana had a show on. I've been laying a little low. Yeah, religion has been crowd control, hasn't it? I know my mom always said that you can really get anything out of what anybody is saying if you choose to look for the good in it. And she grew up Jewish and then went to converted to Catholicism to marry my dad. And we went to all sorts of different places. We went to the School of Metaphysics. We went to Unity Temple. And we'd go to all sorts of different types of churches. And I always remembered that we could take something good out of it. We went to see, I'll talk about this and then I'll stop. When my husband died, his family are Baptists, Southern Baptists. And so we had two funerals. We had one in Kansas City for, the family here and all his friends and lots of people, like maybe 300-400 people showed up because he knew a lot of people and he was well liked. And then we had another funeral in Seymour, Missouri. Beautiful place where he grew up. And it had a pretty good crowd. I mean, it's a small town, so it's not going to be as big. But looking for talk about a different flavor from the priest that did it was quite lovely. His funeral here in KC, and he brought in a lot of very sensitive, beautiful things that he said, and he brought in different religions, talking about them and stuff and the beauty of them. And then we would go to Seymour, and I knew that the preacher there was talking about, how people can go to heaven if they are saved. And some religions believe that to be saved, you have to be in their religion. Otherwise, you're never going to go to heaven. And that was interesting to watch. And I know that his heart was in a good place, but he kept repeating the same thing over and over again. And I don't know why I'm talking about that, but it was just different. Um, oh, Patricia, you don't have the option in Canada. Yeah, for that Starlink thing. Spirituality is the way, for sure. Yeah. All right. Oh, I love this. Our attention is the new currency of the world and beyond. Beautiful, Leah. Yeah, when life gives you lemons, remember that in vitamin C, they call it Metatron to the point you were in the right direction. Yeah. Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Stay flexible and adaptable. Amen to that. Makes it easier to navigate these bumpy times. Yeah. What did you say, White Dragon? M's history goes back to Meldick as well as DT's. He is rotten to the core and a tool of the Dark Ones. Pulling strings, all that money will never help him. He is sick in the soul. He is an, what do we call those people? And the same thing that we call 45, 47 is a tool, not a tool, but that's pretty funny. Sorry. An agent of change. That's what I always look at them as being, an agent of change. They're going to force this change. Yeah, Leah, right? He serves us as a lesson. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you? Good morning, Sharon Donnelly. Lovely. What not to be? Yeah. That was funny, the tool part. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and meditate. And I know you guys have places to be and things to do today. And thank you all for being here. I just want to say that again. A catalyst. That's the perfect word, Rush. Thank you. Yeah. A tool, an agent of change, and a catalyst all at the same time. Oh my God, I'm going to be laughing about that all day. Okay. Take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through the mouth. On your next breath, just watch your light as it comes in. Exhaling all the way down to your root chakra. Give it a big push out. Inhaling one more time. And this time as you release, give it a push. Give it some noise. And another push. Anytime you have a hard time with the breath work, which I've had a cold and some allergies recently, you can just imagine that you're doing those and your body will go into homeostasis. So imagination is huge. Calling in the angels, 33 trillion times 9 to the 72nd power today. We're going to call in extra angels and extra power today. Get us through this weekend. So just feel your back. Who's at your back today? Metatron, Michael, Azrael, Kali, Durga, Mary's. Just imagining. Feeling your ancestors come in. Those from this lifetime and others. Feeling the grandmothers and the grandfathers. Making you feel cherished and loved. Calling in your descendants, your future selves. Asking them for help as we go through this. Helping us go through the dimensions and the changes, the shifts. Filling your room up, power, and love, peace, serenity. Calling in the elementals. So as we go into spring on this part of the country or the world, watching as they glimmer through the shadows, finding love, finding light in odd places. Might be a homeless person's eyes, houseless person. Might be a tree that you walk by every day that you suddenly notice. You might hear them saying something to you. And many of us, our intuition has gone out there. So we can hear things, we can see things. Intuition changing, senses changing. No longer the five senses. So much deeper than that. Going into remembering. Let's go ahead and ask our soul questions. Who am I? Ask yourself. And you can kind of look at that in a different way. Like, who were you before? Who are you in the future? Who am I right now? What do you want? As we notice our past intentions, perhaps we wanted different things. When I was in my 20s, I really wanted a convertible, a red convertible. Now I don't want one anymore. So just recognizing how far we've come with our intentions. Now, why are you here? Why am I here? Ask yourself. What is your dharma? And kind of check in with your heart space there. Why are you on this planet at this time? And many of us, it's just to shine our light. Some will be called to action. Some will be called to teach. Some will be called to soothe others and heal others. We're all here for different reasons. And some of us are just called here to raise the vibration of the planet through meditation, through smiles, holding the door open for someone. And then ask yourself, what am I grateful for? So feel that in your heart space, how that increases your vibration. Level it up. And then let's go into memory, remembering, knowing. Remembering another dimension, a lightness of being energy. Maybe you lived on a star or a different planet. Maybe your people come from far away. Remembering perhaps a past life. Often a lot of us are going there to the field of Akash. Different lessons we've learned at different lifetimes. We've been here to help the earth before, perhaps. Now going forward, our future selves. What we know in the future. And my guides are saying we never had to worry. So just acknowledging we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Holding light for others. And see our circle glowing. With love, knowing, remembering, intuiting. Now, let's send healing light to Juno. And today we're going to go ahead and do some pranic work. So imagine your hands. You don't even have to move them. Just imagine. Put gloves on them if you're not used to working with pranic energy. We accept the energy through the left hand. We shine it out through the right hand. My sister always says it seems like a leaf blower when you shine it out. Just see the energy coming out. Sending Juno and her move, peace, tranquility, to Thailand and Myanmar, So much love, peace, a soothing energy for all the people there. For Denise M., beautiful Denise, healing. For Barbara B., surrounding her in healing energy, and for anybody here that needs it. For Sal Rods, we don't even have to ask this energy where to go. It knows exactly where to go. Just keep sending energy. And we're a conduit as we accept the energy through our left hand and shine it out the right. For Jen, her friend Monica, and family. Anybody going through a transition right now and grieving. Many of us are grieving. So always a special place in our heart for those that are going through these changes. For King Charles, for Annie, her arm and shoulder. For Kelly B, for Alice, lower back. For Terry and her ankle. For Donna, broken hip. For Riff Raff Ray. For Liz, anybody in pain. Most benevolent outcome for all around the planet and all outside the planet that are watching. Now, we're going to send healing light to our angels and feel a big rush of energy and love that comes in with that. We're going to send healing light to our past selves, whether it's a past life or 7 generations back. Healing all the ancestral lines. We're going to send healing light to our future selves, our descendants. Anybody else getting a big buzz here? Now, go ahead and come back to the circle, sending love and light to each one here whenever you show up to watch this. All of us, conduits of light. And now ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Feel the energy raise again. So letting go. Putting your hands together lightly. Shutting down the exchange of energy, even though energy is always exchanged. Taking off your gloves if you use them. Handing them up to the stars. Turning to stardust. Coming back to the circle, back to where you are on the planet, inside your body today. Noticing aches and pains that we give love to. Might feel a lot better. Noticing the motion of all the energy in your physical form, your auric field, and your light body. Starting to move your feet, your hands, coming back, bringing your hands to your heart space, loving, compassionate heart, joyful, energetic body, quick, alert, creative mind, lightness of being, breathing in and letting go. Oh, yeah. Kelly's going to be on today. I'm so excited. And then Diana's going to be on, and we're going to tape something special that she's going to do. She's going to give me, she got a big download on some past lives So we're going to tape that this afternoon. I'm excited about that. And Sally, yes, I have a million questions on level 1. I know it's an in-depth course, and I'd really like to take it. Like I've been making sure that I take courses now constantly. Because sometimes you study on your own, and that's good too. But it's nice to have a course going, you know. Yeah, Diana will be powerfully positive. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Lauren, you still have a buzz in both your ears. It's delightful and happy sound. This has been wonderful energies this morning. Has been, hasn't it? Yeah, very cool. All right, everybody. Well, have a beautiful day. And I hope I see you guys later on this weekend. I'm going to be with family all weekend. It'll be really interesting, as family always is, but I'm really looking forward to it. So, yeah. All right. Namaste, everybody. Have a